Good morning, this is Dr. Butterfield. I wanted to talk to you about something I discovered this morning. I went to my son's classroom and the teacher asked, how many of you have not eaten breakfast this morning? And over half the kids raised their hand, which really concerns me. I remember when I was going to school growing up, I ate breakfast, but I had energy problems and I would fall asleep almost every day in class. It's going to be really hard for these kids and for you as adults. So I want to say to everyone, it's very important to eat breakfast. I think that with the rise of popularity in intermittent fasting, a lot of people have been skipping breakfast, and there may be a time and a place for that, but in my experience and practice, most people cannot handle the stress of intermittent fasting. I'm sorry to tell you it. Most people just can't handle it. Some people can. So my recommendation is you need to eat breakfast and you need to have protein for breakfast. And for me, that usually looks like some sort of breakfast protein, breakfast meat. Eggs can be great. If you're running out of ideas, you can eat dinner for breakfast. You don't have to do breakfast things for breakfast. Lots of good breakfast items. You can certainly do something like oatmeal. And I have a video about how to ferment your oatmeal so that it's more digestible, healthier. Even certain cereals are fine. I've been doing just Cheerios with half and half. I don't know if that shocks some of you. And I'll put bananas on it, green bananas. But I have protein with it too. I always eat either eggs or bacon or sausage. On that note, a lot of people are concerned about pork. I largely don't find any problem with pork as long as you're cooking it adequately. I think pork kind of saved my life. Lots of good breakfast options. Probably some of the worst ones are too carb heavy, too sugar heavy. So if you're going to do something like pancakes, you can use recipes where you'll ferment the pancake batter, and that works better. But if you're putting a whole bunch of syrup on it and things like that, it's just not going to do you any favors. Certainly adding fat to your breakfast will help out with the carbs. And so if you are going to do something like pancakes, using butter, don't use margarine, don't use whatever people are using, fake spreads, hydrogenated oils. Stay away from those. Just use butter. Okay. Waffles. So sometimes we'll have fermented batter and we'll keep it in the fridge for a few days, and that'll be breakfast for a few days. We do a lot of biscuits and gravy in my home. And again, if you want to go that extra mile, you can ferment the biscuits. Okay? Ferment the batter for the biscuits. You really need to be able to prepare food. You're not going to be able to be healthy if someone in the house isn't cooking, isn't doing something to prepare food. If you're living out of a box, you're not going to do that well. I'm eating Cheerios, and this actually seems to be working for me right now. Not all cereals work, okay? So you just got to be careful, listen to your body, be choosy, but eat breakfast. Please, it really is. I've landed on it's the most important meal of the day. I have, I've been to other countries where they focus a lot more on lunch. My experience is that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, especially eating protein with breakfast. Okay, I want to keep this not too long. Thanks for listening.